Wow. This woman could not be more annoying. All right, well, I've got 0 people watching, but I'm going to keep talking. Let me interpret what Nancy Pelosi is saying right now. She's saying what really matters is that Democrats have power. Oh, she is so full of it. What are you talking about? Your entire party is special interests. Oh, it will not be led with transparency and openness.
So that the public can see what's happening and how it affects them, and that they can weigh in. With the members of
She is so diabolical. She's very, very astute when it comes to being a politician, but she is not a good person. I wonder what happened to her in her childhood that made her evil. Hello, NG Nerd. You are first. Sweaty Fry. Hello, Sweaty Fry. Maxwell Sharp, I told you I'd still be here, and you are. Patriot of USA, second. True, you are second. James Probus. Unlimited power. Well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Probus, unlimited power. Yeah. Well, not unlimited power. Fortunately, they only have the House of Representatives, but they were just talking about how we might pick up even more conservative justices over the course of Trump's presidency, which I think would be amazing. Killian Isaac. Hello. Yeah. Godspeed Q. This is a nightmare, and I'll tell you why. Because it's just going to be a lot more difficult for Trump to get stuff passed. Like, he should have started the wall already. I mean, that's the one real strong criticism I have of Trump, is that the wall hasn't started yet. I mean, one of the reasons we elected him is because he's a guy who gets the stuff done, and he's been able to get a lot of stuff done. I don't know why the wall's been so difficult, and a lot of Congress people have been dragging their feet on the right, and I don't understand that. Like, let's get the wall built. We don't want any more caravans thinking that they can just burst through. We want them to think, oh, crap, there's going to be a wall we're going to run into. That's what we want them to think. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Killian Isaac? See here, Susan Graham. Pelosi is evil. I think so, too. You can just see it in her eyes. Can you say that into the mic, please? Please? My girlfriend just said, she is old. She will die soon. I love the Russian pragmatism. Hey, Reagan, at least we'll have a bigger Senate. Seth B. Yeah, that's true. Medification. Money. Yeah. Honestly, I can't stand her voice. Honestly, I can't stand it either. Bam. Hello. Hello, Bam. Bam 2613. John Escucha. Hello from Los Angeles. John Escucha from Hawaii, from Chicago. That's a weird mistake to make. Gordon Wood, hello from Australia. Hello from Los Angeles. Gordon Wood. Terry, is Pelosi going to be speaker again? That is a question that is up for debate. A lot of people suspect that it's possible that the Dems might oust Pelosi because she's such a psycho. But we don't know. It should probably be the speaker. Bonnie Palomo, astute liar. She absolutely is. Rational muscle. Hey, man, dig your vids. Thank you. I appreciate that, really. Martin W. retracted his message. I want to know what you said, Martin W. Come on. Okay, let's see here. Emmanuel T. writes, hey, Mr. Reagan from Colorado, new subscriber and new proud conservative. Sadly, there were not enough of you to swing things. This is just like unbelievably disastrous. This is the worst thing I could possibly have imagined happening. I mean, we did pretty dang good. I mean, we kept it pretty close, but we lost the House. This is so unfortunate. 2 years from now, we're gonna have to like fix this problem. Content warning: Ruth Bader Ginsburg countdown begins. So mean. Rational Muscle says my girlfriend is Russian as well. Trey hot. Yeah, they do tend to be. John McGuffin says you're doing a hell of a great job. Please keep it up from a fellow Southern Californian. Thanks, man. James Probus: RBG died and got Larry King to be her body double. James Probus, you're a funny man. Content warning: Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah, I read that one. Okay, Martin W. Democrats are more fun to listen to when you realize. Oh, I lost it. When you realize that it's all opposite world and projection. Oh yeah, you're 100% right. Floyd Maxwell, Brandon Macy, Red gains Senate, Dems game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't want to read that second half of that. So disappointing. Tammy Jordan, blind Canadian bear. Maybe the caravan will put a fire under getting that wall completed. I'm thinking the same thing. Martin W. Bill Whittle has a Russian wife. Is that true? Bill Whittle actually used to go to this same group of Hollywood Republicans that I used to go to called Friends of Abe, but I never actually met him. Emmanuel T. Hey, Mr. Reagan from Colorado, new subscriber. Oh, yeah, I read that. Nice to see you, man. Ash Moss, Dems only embrace psycho. Let's hope this Democratic House will only be for 2 years. That's what I'm thinking. PG, I'm dating a Russian woman also. Does she have any words of wisdom? Do you have any words of wisdom for dating a Russian woman?
Words of wisdom?
Yeah.
Well,
Tips and tricks? Advice? I have a bit of advice.
it's really available.
Try to be masculine. Because they do not like weak men. My girlfriend says she has advice, but it's too vulgar to broadcast. Melissa Roach, no, we didn't. Too early to call. I mean, I hope you're right, Melissa. I'm an eternal optimist. So, Brandon Macy, I voted. I'm one of the 800 or so Republicans that showed up statewide. Yeah, I voted. Okay. Maxwell Sharp, spicy Ruskies. What would the Gipper say? I know. Melissa Roach, Republican gained 3 seats. California is not in yet. That's true. Content warning, not yet. Democrats need a net gain of 23 seats to flip the House. So far, they've gained 19 with 116 races to go. I mean, you guys are right. I mean, it's not over until the fat lady sings. So we will wait. It's an American expression. I don't understand it. Something to do with opera. WTF is a Hollywood Republican. This is a Hollywood Republican. Yeah. Blind Canadian bear. Vodka. Maxwell Sharp. I must break you. Russian Al Muscle. Da. Gaetano C. I've had many arguments with socialists. One consisted of them disliking the president's rhetoric. When I asked if they actually had heard him speak, they said no, but they watched CNN. Well, I often say that our president is ugly, right? And I don't mean that like he's physically ugly. Hold on a sec. I'm going to mute this or turn it down. I don't mean he's physically ugly. I mean he speaks in an ugly way. His language, his rhetoric is a little bit ugly, and I do think that's true. But I think that in this climate, it's actually useful. It's not the way that I would speak, but I do think that he uses it effectively. So I don't necessarily think that it's bad, although I can understand why people might not like it. Yes, please. Yes. No, you come around. You come around, woman. Fine, give it here. All right, I'm gonna eat some ice cream whilst I watch this. Is this good?
It's low calories.
God, why did you get the worst spoon in the world? We have good spoons. Yeah, it's not bad. What flavor is this?
Lemon.
It's not ideal. It's let's see if we can get that there. Low cal,
Hey, is this
light cream, simply truth.
Didn't pay us for the commercial.
That's true, and I will be honest, I don't love it.
Me too, but it's low calories.
Go buy me some Haagen-Dazs, woman. It's a joke. She would never do that. Okay. Hey, Mr. R from Australia. Let's see. Paul Drake says, from Australia, bring it home for all of us Reds. We're working on it. Brandon Macy, got to find me a Russian conservative girl. Yeah, man. Russian girls are so much better. I mean, there are some great American girls. My brothers are both married to great American girls. I think my sister's a great girl. My mom's a great woman. But there is a lot of women who, kind of bought into a lot of this kind of feminist nonsense in America. You don't get that in with the Russians so much. They don't mind being an actual woman. Ash Moss, your hair. Thank you. Terry, true story is having a political debate with a fellow veteran who's a liberal. It was civil because she takes anger management classes. Somewhere in Austin, Beto is angrily shredding the half pipe and cranking the pixies.
What?
Just come. Come on, say hi to my friends. Okay, fine. Ice cream equals jacket for one more month. I know. I know content warning. That's why I need the jacket. Emmanuel T. Funny thing is, my mother and family told me to vote Democrat, and I said I do not support the party that kills babies and looks at my skin color and not my character. Thank you, Emmanuel T. I've been trying to say that stuff forever. Tammy Jordan. Oh no! What are we oh knowing? Greg Monroe. What happened to that bug-eyed chick, Ocasio-Cortez, the socialist? I know what did happen to her. Okay. Say hello.
Please.
Okay, fine. I'll let you. Dude, eat real effing ice cream. Russian women love real men who eat real calories. Well, that's not my ice cream. That's her ice cream. She just gave me some of it. Actually, I only eat Haagen-Dazs vanilla. I don't know. I'm kind of weird. Rick Story. At least it's not Ben and Jerry's. I know. Yeah, stay away from the Ben and the Jerry's. James Probus. The goal of socialism is communism. Vladimir Lenin. Yeah, I mean, I consider them the same thing. President Donald J. Trump. I return! ! Nice to see you, President Donald J. Trump. Masumi Nutter. How does tonight affect the wall? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was saying before. Like, he should have got the wall up already. I don't know. Gosh, it's all about funding, right? I mean, that's what it's about. He's a good negotiator, though. It's just that we're going to have to take some hits, I think, in order to get people on board. But I don't know, man. I feel like it's just going to be like dragging. The Democrats are just going to drag out everything they can and try to like ruin every plan that we have, just so they can say they're fighting the evil people. Blind Canadian Bear. To understand Trump, simply read the 48 Laws of Power, and you'll get why he uses mind games, techniques, and name calling, an effective strategy for getting political power and beating your opponent. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think there's a lot of effective stuff in what he does. William Griffith, LOL. I'm glad that you found something funny. I have no idea what you're laughing at, but yes, good. Mike Johnson. Cortez got elected into Congress as the youngest person elected at 29. Is that true? Ocasio-Cortez? That's funny. Dances with nodes. Just woke up. What's happening? We lost the house. Dances with nodes. And by we, I mean conservatives. But not everybody is accepting that the loss just yet. But I trust these news projections. PG, beautiful. Brandon. Oh yeah, my girlfriend. True. I got lucky. I don't know why she's dating me, to be honest. Brandon Ogle. It's because I'm moving into a nice apartment, I think. Brandon Ogle, vanilla privilege. Yeah, that's. Whenever we get anything that's white, like I bought this chair. My girlfriend says, "I want the white one." Not a racist. She always makes a little disclaimer. Let's see here. All right, Blind Canadian Bear. Russian women only like men who eat with a real spoon. Yeah, that spoon is crap. I don't know what that was. Brandon Macy, LOL. Mr. Reagan. She's a keeper. If she wants to be modest, won't show her face on YouTube. Not a narcissist. Check. And she's cute too. I'm jelly, bro. Yeah, she's. I've had quite a few girlfriends, and I can say for sure she's the best. I mean, obviously, I would have to say that, but but it's true. I'm probably not gonna Not going to break up with this one, which is a little bit terrifying because that leaves the door open for her breaking up with me. Okay, let's see here. Maxwell Sharp, he was always saying that wall for saving that wall for term 2. Do you think that's what it is? Do you think it's sort of like a, yeah, I mean, it might be a strategic thing, but I think he should build it. I mean, he does construct things. That was his big, come on. Come on, give us one little political thing. One little political thing. Yeah. Well, what do you think about what do you think about the relationship between Russia and America currently? Amazing. Well, why don't you tell my fans that? I'm trying to get her to. I just want to. She recognizes I just want to show off. Okay. Werther's original. Oh, Rational Muscle says, funny, same here. Hognos Vanilla. Jawohl. It is weird, right? Like, Hognos Vanilla is like, I don't know why. It's something about the precision of the perfection of the ice cream. I don't know. Werther's original says, hey, what the hell's going on in Georgia? Emergency lawsuit filed to stop Brian Kemp? I didn't hear about that. Well, hopefully that's, I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Just fighting the last moments of a cold. Good night, all. Good night, NG Nerd. Rick Story, she's got to be, he has got to be a responsible conservative and go to work. That's understandable. Rick Story says, it will be entertaining to see how Trump twists the Dems to get them to do what he wants or what he doesn't want. That's actually a very good point. That will be an interesting thing. Does it look like that fighter pilot gal is going to take Nevada over the Taliban fan? That was a big one that I was watching from the heart of the social justice beast, Vancouver, BC, Canada. I actually didn't hear about that race. I'm uninformed, sadly. Emmanuel T. I believe that we can still win U.S. forever. Trump 2020. I hope so. Emmanuel T. Mike Johnson. What's your thoughts on QAnon? I think QAnon is a troll. I don't think QAnon actually knows anything. Brandon Ogle. What about the wall? I mean, I know. That's what I've been thinking. I hope they can still fund the wall. Content warning. Have her say, in Russia... In Russia, the pierogi eats you. He wants you to say.
Pierogi?
In Russia, the pierogi eats you. That's what he wants you to say.
Pierogi eats you?
Yeah. Instead of you eat the pierogi eats you.
What?
He wants you to say this line for some. I think it's probably a quote from
eats you?
In Russia, the pierogi.
It's weird.
I think it's a quote from a movie or something.
In Russia, the pierogi eats you. What is it?
I don't know. I think it's a quote from something. Russian women only like men who vote Republican. Actually, when I met her, she goes, I never thought I would date American men because all American men are pussy. And I said, well, you just didn't meet a Republican. All right, let's see here. Reading all your comments is a class move. Signing off from Malibu. Waves good. Blue waves, bad. Yeah. Real waves are good. All right, see you, Rational Muscle. Maxwell Sharp. Yeah, what do you think about QAnon? Yeah, I think it's a troll. Phil Box. Nancy is hot, Mr. Reagan. Saying that you're hot, like Nancy Reagan.
Who is Nancy Reagan?
Ronald Reagan's wife.
Is she hot?
She was cute.
Cute?
And she was young.
Not hot?
Not as hot as you. This is Valeria, everybody. This is about a woman.
So far.
Hey! Okay, hit the like button. The algorithm is watching.
Does she like Putin?
Cradle robber. I know.
Russia after Putin.
She's 22. What prevents college students from voting on campus and then filling out an absentee ballot in their hometown? That's a good question. Rationalist Yoda. Is putting her on cam against her will considered a Me Too moment? Yeah, that's right. No, she likes reading this stuff and talking to you guys, right? No, okay.
She said I don't like you anymore.
Where does it say that? Point.
She's so hot, I don't.
She's so hot, I don't like you anymore. Dances with nodes. I love it.
Just wait until I will remove my makeup.
Oh yeah. As soon as she removes her makeup, she looks like a dude. It's disgusting. Mahalo, Tammy Jordan. Werther's original. No, it's a Simpsons joke. You must say it backwards because everything is backwards in the Soviet Union. Klon K. Looks like your daughter. Yeah, I know.
I knew it.
I
They
know.
will figure this out.
Yeah, I'm a creep. She's only 17 years younger than me. Not a big deal.
14.
Is it 14?
No, 17.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Okay.
So far,
Good night. Hoping for the best. Yeah, me too, Melissa Roach.
she could be the next Mr. Yeah, Mrs. Reagan.
Yeah, no, she's going to be Mrs. Reagan for sure.
Dobre noche.
Yeah.
Dobre noche. It's like good night.
Good night. Yes. Good night, Relbull.
Say dobre.
Dobre noche.
Dobre noche.
Dobre noche.
Dobre noche.
Dobre noche. What a meme. What does that mean? What's what a meme? Ouch, so far. Yeah, she's not very nice to me.
What if she becomes Democrat? It's not possible.
Not possible. Not possible. Although we don't agree on every issue, so I'm having to educate her. Let's see here. Great sense of humor, very smart. You can tell Mrs. Reagan is a full package. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what happened. We were dating, I don't know, a couple months, and I came home and I couldn't find my laundry. I was like going to do my laundry and I couldn't find it, and I thought, what did I do? What did I do with my dirty clothes? And then I realized, I think my girlfriend did my laundry, and I went to my drawer and everything was folded. It was beautiful. And I literally thought in that moment, I might have to marry this girl. And yeah, I've been in trouble ever since. Rationalist Yoda, I am disgusted with my state, Kansas, dumping Yoder and electing a Dem for governor. The Democratic governor thing, it's difficult to tell how that's going to affect a particular region. But it's I don't think it's good. I don't think it's ever good. Fisher, you guys are making me miss my husband. He's away on business. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just go to the strip club.
She's crazy. All right. Democrats 160, Republicans 159. Devin Ferris, she is so beautiful. Wowsy. Yeah, I know. I don't know. When I ordered her from the catalog, she actually didn't look this good. I was surprised when she came in the mail. That was my Russian brides magazine joke. Yeah.
Funny.
Chick, you're doing laundry? That's illegal in California, right? Chick doing your laundry. Yeah.
It
What
was an accident.
what YouTube channels do you like? Rationalist Yoda. I tend to watch the the pretty typical ones. Whoa, hey, watch out. I watch Ben Shapiro. I watch all the Jordan Peterson videos, as many of them as I can. I try to watch everything. I try to watch the 5. I try to watch Tucker Carlson. But there's a lot of random ones that I'll watch. Newsom is winning here in California. Yeah, I mean, what is this here? What brought Mrs. Reagan to America? Another actor? Actually, no, she came here with her boyfriend who wanted to be an actor, and then she met me and she left him. Clint Baxel. I'm still up watching my state, Florida. Seriously, they haven't called it yet. 99.9% in. That's crazy. Is it that close? All right, let's see here. Werther's original. If she starts quoting Lenin's peace, land, and bread, you'd better run. She's not a communist. At least that's what she tells me. Let's see here.
Get married, have lots of.
Oh, it's the governor results. That's what's on the line in Florida. Rick Story. Hey, Reagan. You're the second Hollywood Republican that I know. Forget the House. What the heck is going on with Hollywood? Hollywood is a place in which you have to pretend that you are not right wing, essentially. I have met some good people out here, and I'm becoming better connected. But for the most part, I have no connections in Hollywood, and so none of the stuff that I've written is being looked at. I'm a writer, really, primarily. I'm acting in a few things, so you might see me on TV here or there, but I really am a writer. I'm trying to get my TV shows. Are you done? Are you trying to get away from me?
It's just uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want a pillow?
No.
Okay. All right. Gillum gave up in Florida. We know you watch a lot of Papa Pete, man. LOL. I don't know what Papa Pete is, but it sounds. Oh. No, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Relbull says Ukrainian women are the mail order brides, not the Russians. Pff. And Romanians are the cam girls. Yeah, I tried to stream this on a cam girl site, but I don't. It didn't work, so I had to come onto YouTube. Let's see here. 1 Broncos 7. It will affect the laws of the state of Kansas. It's the same process as the House and Senate. I don't know what you're talking about. James Probus, I prefer my mail order brides from Ukraine. Yeah, everybody's kind of saying the same thing. Clint Baxley. Okay. Maxwell Sharp. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm going back through these. Martin W. What are you waiting for? Get married. You have lots of conservative babies. Do your part. We'll outbreed them. What do you say, sweetheart? 20 kids?
No.
Okay. Let's see here. Blind Canadian Bear, House, Dems 160, Reps 162. Is that true? Oh, that's good. Susan Graham. Yes, ask her to marry you. Right here?
No.
Wow, I didn't even ask. Rejected unnecessarily. It's brutal. I love when my wife's hair was the color of your girlfriend's or fiance's. Now she's blonde. She's beautiful and a keeper doing a man's dirty laundry. Funnily enough, she hates this hair color. She just got it dyed because she was trying to get it back to her natural color.
I didn't dye this.
I thought you did dye it.
Today?
No. You just got it dyed like a few days ago.
I am.
She's trying to get it back to her original hair color, and she's having trouble. And this isn't exactly what she wanted, so she was upset. But I think it looks beautiful.
No.
She's starting to get used to it. Let's see here. The biggest question is, can she shoot a gun? Actually, why don't you tell them?
No.
They had to
Oh
they had
God.
they had to shoot guns in school in Russia. That was part of the curriculum. That's not a joke. That's real. Like when they were children. How old were you?
14?
Speaking to the microphone.
14.
14. She was 14, and they had to take a class in gun shooting.
We also took a gun apart, so.
Oh, she also knows how to take a gun apart, blindfolded. She is a true Russian Soviet spy. Clint Baxley likes your hair color. See here, Rick Story. You should pitch your writing skills to Last Man Standing. I would love to write for that show. It's a great show. She's very practical. Oh yeah, Brandon Macy. She is very practical. Too practical. Relbull. LOL. That was preemptive. I know. Let's see. Devin Ferris. What happens if the Dems win the House? Does it go back to business as usual, meaning nothing will get done? That's my big fear. I don't know. I mean, Trump's a pretty clever dude. He might be able to manipulate some things, but you know, if I feel like we're gonna have a lot of, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a lot more difficult than it has been. Jose Ledesma. Do you think that you would be as quick in an actual debate as you are when you give your analysis? For example, Jordan interview. No, I would not be as quick. But I do like to debate, so I want to start doing that kind of thing more. I mean, I do have an outdoor interview thing that I just did. If you look at my videos on my channel, you'll see that I just did this thing where we went to an event that was sort of an outdoor debate, and I interviewed people. What are you laughing at?
Change your name from Mr. Reagan to Mr. Steal Your Girl.
It's a song, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a song. I'll play it for you when we finish this. Let's see here. Somebody wrote something in all caps. Maxwell Sharp, put your conservative values where your mouth is and propose now. I'll propose. Don't worry. We're getting married. Rick Story. Damn you, better Mart. I don't know what that means, but it's funny. Okay, let's see here. I pray you have a great relationship and a better relationship than I had. Well, it's gone good so far. Tell her to mess up your hair. You want to mess up my hair?
It's impossible. It's hard as
heck.
Mm-hmm.
I put in LA Looks gel and what's the hairspray we have? Tresemme hairspray. I use both of those. Just got the stream notification 30 minutes after you started the second one. That's funny. Werther's original. How come Russians rarely smile? How come Russians rarely smile, darling?
I don't understand the question.
How come you never smile?
How come you never smile?
Russians.
How become I never smile?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
It's our culture.
Speaking to Mike.
I don't wanna-
Speaking to Mike. Speaking to
I'm
Mike.
sick.
Okay, Russians have this thing where they think that if you smile at somebody, it has to be genuine. So there has to be a reason that you're smiling. If there's no reason you're smiling, it's like you're being deceptive. It's like you're lying to them.
Psycho.
You're a psycho, like you're smiling for no reason. Because from what she tells me, Russia is so terrible that smiling is like considered to be like only something you do if it's like something special. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's just a cultural thing, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yes. Saw the outdoor thing. It was good. Thank you, Underdog. Is she Christian? Are you Christian, darling?
Yes.
Yes. I actually have a video of us going to sushi, and I asked her some questions, and I'll post that. I was going to specifically post that to my Patreon for my patrons. So some behind the scenes stuff. I may do like a moving in thing to my new apartment on Patreon as well. I want to post some behind the scenes stuff. I just haven't had time to do it. Individualist anarchist. Hello. Good to see you. Don't vote. State is oppressive. Don't vote unless you know why you're voting. Gaetano C says, everyone says, I feel like rather than making an... I want more assertive society. Yeah, me too. He is man with hair as hard as Russian frost. Maxwell Sharp. Let's see here. L Dragon. Because there's nothing funny about life. Because there is nothing funny about life. SJD. Use rock hard gel. Works like a charm. Nothing stronger. Oh, is that right? Rock hard gel. I'll have to look that up. Rick Story. Heck, being in the place where you go when you're... I don't know what that means. Daniel Evans. We can hear her fine. Oh, can you? Okay, that's good. Maxwell Sharp. She likes you because you look like a young Joseph Stalin.
No.
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 Are you going to convert...
To
What is that? To Paravosavlje? How does she feel about the USSR?
I wasn't born there. I was born out.
You're showing kindness when you smile. It's why Americans are a bunch of chucks. I think he means cucks. It's funny. Brandon Macy, cucks. Yeah, okay. C. Scott, Orthodox Christian. We'll not get into the details. All right, there, C. Scott, Mr. Digging into our personal lives. Werther's Original, $10. Thank you, Werther's Original. Have I told you I loved you lately? She's so jealous. Rationalist Yoda said they can't believe Kansas dumped their governor for a Dem. You should try GOT2B. I don't know what that means. Werther's Original. Why do you keep sending me money? LOL. But does money make Russians smile? Oh, this is turning into a very perverse show. Let's see here. Yolanda Krieger. You are my new favorite YouTuber. You're my new favorite subscriber. Devin Ferris. You're going to do more public debates like the one on 3rd Street Promenade. Are you going to change my mind crowder type? Yes, that is actually a format that I really, really, really want to start doing a lot more, and I definitely will. You want to just mess up my hair like crazy?
No, I'm
trying to fix it. Relbull. Vodka numbs the muscles that create smiles. It's funny. Otaka Bullfrog. The stream has a better like-dislike ratio than the Young Turks got. Yeah, that's because a lot of conservatives watch the Young Turks because they're crazy and hilarious. Maxwell Sharp. You're cucked, bro. Well, I mean, I suppose that depends on your definition of cucked. I don't think so. Individualist anarchist. Where is she from? Where are you from specifically in Russia, darling?
Nobody knows the city.
She's from a very small town, but she's near.
Moscow?
You're not near Moscow.
I'm pretty close to Moscow.
She's near a town called Nizhny Novgorod.
Nizhny.
That's what I said.
Nizhny.
Shut up.
I'm pretty close to Moscow. It's like 4 hours drive.
She's 4 hours drive from Moscow, nearer a city called Nizhny Novgorod.
Yes.
English spot. Just enjoyed your video on Peterson. Great analysis. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love England, by the way. I used to live there. Let's see. 1 Bronco 7. Try glued by GOT2B. What is GOT2B? I don't know what that means. It's in a yellow bottle. Hey, she's smiling. Yeah. Sometimes you can get her to smile. Clint, see, now she's trying not to smile. It's not working. It's not working. Oh, is she gonna? Oh. Clint Baxley. Worked. Yep, true. Tosca Hero. Can you tell me why Nancy Pelosi will lead the Senate still?
Stop beating me.
Sorry. What is the state of play? Who's winning? Great to see you doing this. Thanks. Hey, Tosca Hero. Good to see you on here. I do think she's going to take the Senate, but I don't know why. I don't know why they would vote her in. She's freaking a psychopath. And yeah, they're almost for sure going to take it, which is take the House, which is really annoying. Not lead the Senate. Nancy Pelosi is going to lead the House, right? No, she's a senator. It's not Nancy Pelosi who's going to lead the House. Crap. Sorry, I'm getting all confused. Yeah, we're going to lose the House. I don't know who's. I don't know what's going on. I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Mind resting. Aloha from a Brit in Tokyo. So you say aloha. I love it. Loving your JBP interview analyses. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mind resting. Let's see here. Rick Story. Come on, Reagan. It's not funny when I have to explain myself. Hair hard as heck. K is the place you go when you're bad. Oh, hell. Hell is the place you can go when you're bad. Hard as hell. I get it. You're using all these. Okay, I get it. Very good. Very good. Maxwell Sharp. Young Turks is visual diabetes. I said chucked. What is chucked? Is chucked like the opposite of cucked? I don't understand what chucked means. Ejuked. It's a weird name. Is she of age?
What does it mean?
It means, are you 18?
No,
She's not 18. How old are you?
14.
Oh, that's not funny. You're going to get me arrested. She's 22. Dave Campos. What made you decide to go public with your opinions on YouTube? Well, I said that a little bit earlier in the other video. I was watching some Ben Shapiro and some of the other guys. And it was a Saturday and I watched everything. I got caught up and I realized that there wasn't enough content that day for me to, get all the stuff that I wanted. So I thought, you know what? I got a microphone. I got a camera. I got some ideas that are a little bit different than these other guys. Let me throw out some of my ideas and see if they stick and see if people like to listen to them. And people tended to respond positively. In fact, I think I have the best subscribers of anyone on YouTube. I genuinely think that, and I take that very seriously because I was very, impressed, I guess, with the level of discourse that you would see on my comment section on YouTube. I was very, very impressed by that because I had expected it to be really negative, and I think it's going to go more negative as I get more viewers. But I still think that I'm going to have the best subscribers on YouTube for a long time. Thank you, Maxwell Sharp. Will you answer my abortion question? Okay, yes, I will. Let me go up to find his. What is your abortion question?
I think I saw something.
How much money do you have to give to get you to answer my question? I don't know where your question is. You're chucked. What does chucked mean? I don't know what that means. Max, ask me your question again. I don't see it on here. I'm sorry, brother. There you go. Speaking of debate, Mr. Reagan, I binged your video after watching your abortion video. What would you say to a vegan who used your same harm uncertainty argument? Oh, a vegan, like, okay, you're talking about like a vegan who says would you kill a kitten or something like that to the box thing? Okay, that's a good question. I would say this. I don't consider animals to be of the same value as human beings. So although I do think animals have value, I think that ruthlessly killing an animal for no reason whatsoever is actually bad, is actually wrong. If there's a good purpose for killing the animal, I do think it's a right thing to do. It's like a wolf killing. What would a wolf kill? Like a rabbit, right? Like if a wolf kills a rabbit, do you think that it's a horrible thing, or it's to sustain the life of the wolf? So it's not necessarily a bad thing. So there are good reasons to kill animals. I don't really think there's good reasons to kill humans unless it is, for capital punishment, which I do actually believe in. Are Russian Asians or Europeans? Asks individual into Chris.
European or Asian?
Or Russians?
I mean, the Russia is like two parts, Europe and Asia. But
Mhm.
we are not looking like Asians.
Yeah, most of them.
European.
The Kazakhs look like Asians.
Yeah, but Kazakhstan, it's a different country. It's not Russia.
Sure.
So
It used to be
European.
USSR. Yeah. They're European. They consider themselves European. You're my new favorite podcast. Thank you, One Broncos 7. You're my new favorite subscriber. Maxwell Sharp. Speaking of, okay, you already did that one. Okay, Rick's story. She's 14 and learned how to field clean and shoot a assault rifle last week. Yeah, that's right. I actually have a rifle from Russia, which is funny. I got it way before I met her. It's called a Mosin Nagant. My brother bought it for me. It's like enormous from World War II. It's really cool. Otaka Bullfrog. If Pelosi somehow lost her seat, that would have been something of a victory. Oh, that would have been amazing. Relbull. Adam 8-Ball Schiff is the Dem Senate leader. Okay, thank you. Pelosi is their House leader. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. She's going to face a lot of headwind from New Progressives. I don't know why my brain kind of shuts off sometimes when I'm doing this stuff. It's just too much stuff going on. Sorry, guys. That's right. Hey, dude. JP1135 says, hey, dude, FYI, you're one of my favorite channels. Always jump on your vids when they come out. Thanks, man. SJD. I got it. She's attracted to your hair. She keeps looking at it. Do you keep looking at my hair?
No, I keep looking at my hair.
Oh, she's looking at her hair. Esteban Gunn, what's your best pitch to the lost tribe of the left-leaning libertarians? I would say that on the right, we don't tend to associate ourselves with with people that claim to be right-wing radicals. We disassociate ourselves with them. On the left, they still associate themselves with the left-wing radicals. Anytime you have like an Antifa person or a Black Lives Matter person or a radical feminist or one of these psychopaths, the left says, oh yes, they're part of our group. The right, if like a neo-Nazi comes out and says, oh, I'm right-wing, the real right wing, which is like the rational people, we say, no, you're not. You do not represent us. Right? I think that's a huge difference. And I think it really shows which side is sensible and which side is like cuckoo, Okay, Maxwell Sharp, your argument is that you can't know the value of the fetus, so err on the side of the non-human just to be safe. How would you counter somebody telling you not to eat chicken nuggets for the same reason? Well, I don't actually think that there is any reason to believe that an animal has the same kinds of intrinsic values as a human being. I don't really hear a lot of people arguing that except for vegans, and vegans are a very, very small percentage of the planet, whereas pretty much everyone on the planet agrees that human beings have an enormous amount of intrinsic value. And I would say probably most people think fetuses have a similar level of value. Most people would say they have the same value as a human, but I mean, it's something maybe like 50-50 at the lowest number, I think, conservatively speaking. Whereas the numbers of people saying that they think that animals have the same value as humans are infinitesimal. So it doesn't seem to me that there is any real evidence that animals have that value, even like in terms of like this sort of like the simple evidence of consensus of people, of people's perception of the world. We don't really know why we think humans have value, but I think it may have something to do with our perception of the human soul, or just, you perceive yourself as having value, and so you then attribute other people as having value. But animals, I mean, I don't think anybody throughout history has ever thought that an animal has the same kind of value as a human. It's kind of a recent phenomenon, and it's still very, very small percentage of people. Rick Story, The best reason to kill animals would be so that we don't have to be vegetarians. Brandon Macy. Yes, I love the Mosin Nagant. It's a cool gun, man. It's hard. It fires really, really hard. But one Bronco 7. Your rifle is one of the most accurate rifles there are. My friend has one, and it's a dead shot. I haven't been able to use it that much because I live in LA. But whenever I go to Oregon, I do some target shooting. I'm not a good shot. David Campos, thanks for your response. Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Tucker Carlson, amongst my favorites, though I now relate to your opinions closest. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you for what you're doing. I think with me, I'm probably the only one who is kind of like strongly conservative, strongly religious conservative, like strongly Protestant Christian that I know of on these things. I may be wrong. I think Tucker Carlson's some kind of Christian. I'm not sure what, but he doesn't talk about that much. But I talk about religion a little bit more. And so I think that creates a slight distinction. Your girlfriend is an absolute smoke show. Thank you, Talon.
Smoke show?
10 out of 10.
Smoke
Proud of you, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
11 out of 10.
yeah, she is an 11. Come on, Talon. Let's be real here. Mr. Reagan, are you ever going to run for anything? Possibly Yolanda Krieger. I may. I mean, it just depends on if I think I can win something, I would. But
You will be the next American president.
she thinks I'll be the president. Maxwell Sharp. She loves that iron curtain on the grand old dome, homies. I don't know what that means. That sounds like a sexual thing. Okay. Oh, thanks, Steesley. How did you meet? How did we meet?
On set.
Oh, we were on a movie together, and I thought she was a principal actress actually, and but then she wasn't a principal actress, and she was doing some background work, and so I thought, oh, I can actually probably talk to this girl, you know, and so I went up to her and I started talking to her, and I didn't think that, you know, I thought she actually when I first walked up to her, I realized she was quite young, and I thought, well, this isn't going to happen. So what did I say? I think I said something like,
You said that my shoes look similar, like your girlfriend has. This was terrible.
That was the first thing I said.
It was terrible.
Hey, what do you mean it was terrible? It worked. I got you. I said, she said something about not liking to go to bars and clubs, and my girlfriend at the time, don't touch this. My girlfriend at the time was going to a lot of bars and clubs, and I said, you know, I need a girl like you. And at the time, she really didn't like her boyfriend, so she thought in her mind after I said that, well, you could just have me. And then like later on, as a joke, we were in a scene together, and I grabbed her because it was me and her and another guy. And in between takes, I grabbed her. He made some joke, and it was kind of funny. And I grabbed her and I pulled her up against me, and I go, "Hey, man, back off. She's mine."
Sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment, yeah. And apparently, when I said that, she thought in her mind, "Oh, I do kind of wish I was yours." And so that got the idea in her head that we should be dating. And then we exchanged Instagrams, and we texted each other for a while. And then she said, like, I want to get rid of my boyfriend. I said, I want to get rid of my girlfriend. Let's go meet up. So we met up to just make sure that we kind of wanted to start dating. And then after that, I broke up with my girlfriend. She broke up with her boyfriend. And
I hope none of us exes.
What?
I mean, I hope your ex is not going to watch this video.
Oh, I don't think my ex is going to watch this video. Oh, yeah, because she doesn't know that I met her before I broke up with her. She's not going to watch this. Why would she watch this? All right, sorry, I'm reading your stuff here, guys. She just went to 100 out of 10 for the cockiness. Love it, Talon. Thanks, Talon. Emmanuel T, you were born in a Christian family or not? I was born in a Christian family. She was not. She was born in a Soviet family. SJD, humans have value due to their ability to recognize the infinite and via free will are choosing to worship God. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different reasons why we perceive that we have value. Your wife's son, mail order, don't lie. Oh no, I freely admit it. I got her out of the back of a catalog. President Donald J. Trump. Hey, Mr. Reagan, if you want a good laugh, I'd recommend checking out Dr. Randomer Cam's video parody of Jordan Peterson versus Kathy Newman. I would love that, actually. Maxwell Sharp, your argument for intrinsic value is based on uncertainty. Many world religions believe that animals do have souls and therefore intrinsic value. That isn't a new idea, even in the West. The same value as a human? I'm not sure that's true. Give me an example. I know that the Indians believe that the cows are like holy or something like that, but that's the only case that I can think of. You'll have to give me more examples. Relbel, you are in LA, but wearing an overcoat. Yeah, indoors. And she's got a turtleneck on. Yeah, because we're fashionable is why. That's why. Two Zipper Gaming. How can Californians vote to keep the gas tax? Morons. I know. How can Californians vote for Democrats? M. Grinblatt. Are Russian women feminists?
No.
No. Maxwell Sharp. Fictional romance becomes reality. That is dangerously postmodern, bucko. What would Papa Pete say? It's not postmodern. I don't know. I just wanted to date her. Okay. Leave me alone. SJD. Awesome. Looks like we stopped the blue wave. Another failure in the polls. Yeah, for real. Well, there was no real blue wave, but there was a blue ripple. And it does look like the Democrats have gained the House. They're at plus 26. They needed plus 23. We're in for a more tough 2 years, guys. Rebel says she looks like a better version of Katie Holmes. I don't think she looks that much like Katie Holmes. Who do you look like? Who do people say you look like?
Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne. People say she looks like Avril Lavigne. I guess because she's quite tiny.
Yes, she's my height.
Devin Ferris, you should check out Dr. Steve Turley's channel. He also incorporates religion with politics and always reports on the Europe current election. Oh, interesting. I would check that out. Talon Powell. Have you heard anything about Jordan Peterson starting to lean left with his comments about language being violence? I doubt you've heard this, but it's all new to me. I think that the reports of Jordan Peterson being a leftist are I don't know what the quote is, something like highly exaggerated or something like that. Yolanda Krieger, Mr. Reagan, I'm totally going to vote for you. You're a Christian, pro-life, and not bad-looking. Good luck with your political aspirations. Thank you, Yolanda. I'll bring you on as a campaign manager or something. Viribus, Mr. Reagan, what's the age difference? You want to tell him?
No.
It's not much. 17 years. Ash Moss, what do you think Republicans can do to turn the media toward our side? That's an excellent question. You got me. That's when I think Republican businesses need to invest a little bit more in Republican artists. We need to find conservative, creative people. It's difficult, to find that because conservatives are practical, so they don't tend to go into the arts. But there are conservative artists. I mean, I'm a writer. We need to find a way of nurturing that because Democrats have always done so, and you need creative people to be able to create effective marketing. It is 17 years, by the way. That was not me being sarcastic. That's our age difference. But I act like a child, and she's very mature, so that works, I think. Emmanuel T. As a Christian, I believe animals are important because we need food. No, I mean, I have great respect for animals. I just don't think they have the same intrinsic value as a human being. Maxwell Sharp, LMAO. Maxwell Sharp, y'all got blue splashed. That's true. We did get splashed a bit, but only just a little. Just like a little ripple of a splash. One Bronco 7. Did you name your podcast Mr. Reagan because you resemble President Reagan in his younger years? Actually, it's a good question. My grandfather looked and acted a lot like Reagan, so much so that when I was a kid, I didn't really recognize the similarity. I just saw something familiar about Reagan that I kind of loved. I loved Reagan like a grandfather. It was kind of weird. It was because he reminded me of my grandfather. And So I've always had this sort of admiration of Reagan, partly because he reminded me of my own grandfather. So yeah, I mean, there is a kind of my homage to Reagan does have a kind of familial basis, but yeah, it's just a psychological thing with me. And I obviously I really liked him, his policies and everything like that. Nick Adams, Jordan Peterson self-reports as left. He reports as left in his personality. His personality is left, and I'm the same. But that does not mean that he advocates any kind of leftist ideas. I think that he's politically conservative across the board. I don't think there's any issue in which he is like a leftist. But I mean, I'd have to talk to him in private to find that out for you guys, which hopefully will happen one day. At least in New York 1, we were able to keep our district red. Is that true? That's awesome, Otaka Bullfrog. Well done. Sean Jameson, Dr. Steve Turley, A Black Pigeon Speaks. Check them both out. You won't regret it. Okay, I will check those both out. Zipper Gaming. They have the AC set to 40 degrees to make you feel at home. JK, love your videos. Thanks, man. Miko Ivanov. Johnny English has hilarious conservative message, but his IQ 178 is not a joke. LOL. Who's Johnny English? Is that your like way of talking about Jordan Peterson? I don't know. Let's see here. Your wife's son. She is so 12. You're not 12. You got to add 10 years to that. Fisher. Hold on. Fisher, signing off. Thanks, everyone, for the fun live stream. Good night. Night, Fisher. Rick Story. You better marry her tomorrow, Reagan. I know. I won't lose her, I don't think. Talon. To quote Pulp Fiction, Yolanda, be cool. Also, Mr. Reagan, have you ever watched Archer? Yeah, for a while, a lot of people were like, when Archer first came out, they were like, dude, you're Archer. And eventually I had to watch it. I did like the first few seasons. I haven't seen it lately. One Broncos, just so you know, for future reference, marriage isn't about love. Love is about marriage. It's an interesting point. I'll have to think about that.
Love, it's about marriage. What?
I have to think about it. Let's see here. Tube Amps Rule. I guess he's a musician of some kind. As an atheist, I'd rather be surrounded by Christians than other atheists. Nietzsche, or Nietzsche, depending on how you want to pronounce it, talks about building yourself up after killing your God. Most atheists don't do the second part. Yeah. Well, I don't think God should ever be killed. I mean, killing God is a kind of metaphor for just, living in a society or living one's life as if there's no God. But I don't think that it's a smart thing to do. I mean, if you listen to Jordan Peterson talk about it, I mean, the ramifications of living without the living as if there is no God is disastrous. And I think that's true in a personal life, and I think it's true culturally. Maxwell Sharp, full disclosure, I'm not a vegetarian, but your argument has been, or a vegan, your argument has been bugging me all week. That's interesting. That's interesting that it bugs you. I just don't think animals have souls, or I don't think they have intrinsic value in the same way human beings do. I don't think you should be cruel to an animal. I think that cruelty to animals will inevitably lead to cruelty to humans. Animals to me are something like robots. I don't really have any kind of. She loves animals. She's a big animal person, and I love animals too. I'm not against animals, but she's not a vegan. But she will eat them, and she will wear them. Yes, full disclosure. Okay, Rowan Atkinson character. Well, Rowan Atkinson, I think, is a leftist atheist. I don't know how his character Johnny English is conservative. I love those movies, by the way, and he's got a new one coming out. But I'm a huge fan of the Johnny English films and a lot of Rowan Atkinson stuff. Mr. Bean, obviously, and Blackadder. I'm a big fan of Rowan Atkinson and all his work. Viribus, Mr. Reagan, you two will work out fine. Conservatives are a well investment, plus non-feministic view women equals solid kids for the future. Oh, here we go. Steesley. Thank you, Steesley. What's her favorite dog breed? Do you have a favorite dog breed?
No, I'm a cat person.
Oh, really? But you like dogs, though.
I like dogs, but if they're small and like puffy.
She likes small puffy dogs. My favorite kind of pet that I would probably have. She likes birds. She likes parrots and she wants an owl. Is that right?
Yes. There is an owl right here.
Yeah, I bought her that little owl for what for your birthday or
For Christmas.
Christmas. I want to get a Bengal leopard. If you guys know what a Bengal leopard is, it's sort of like a mix between a house cat and a wild cat, and they're quite big. And I think that you don't have an allergic reaction in the same way you do to other cats, because I'm a cat person, but I don't have, but I'm definitely allergic to cats. But I think this Bengal leopard I'm not allergic to, so I'm going to probably buy one of those. Probably not for the new place, but eventually I'm going to get one of those. They called Rick Scott finally. Hey, that's great news. The only animal I refuse to eat is a dog. Come on, don't eat cats. That's weird. Mojave Ampworks. Do you think the loss of the House will shut down the Trump agenda and this rise of radical left communists? I don't think it's going to shut down the Trump agenda, but I think it'll slow down the Trump agenda. I think it's going to be very, very hard. But I do think what it's going to do, it's going to animate the other conservatives in the House and obviously in the Senate to really, really back Trump and really, really fight for his stuff now. Because I think they were a little bit complacent before because they felt like, they could then fight him on certain things and get their agendas passed, things that they differed with Trump. But now they all kind of have to I think we're all going to, everyone in the Republican Party will coalesce now to fight the Democrats because they have a little bit of power, and that's very, very dangerous for what we want to have happen. One Broncos 7 says, it was not my quote, but I can't recall whose it was. I don't know what quote he's talking about. SJD, I totally agree with you on Eric Weinstein. He makes the classic smart person mistake and does not respect the dynamics of markets, like those who espouse catastrophe due to overpopulation. Yeah, overpopulation is not a problem just yet, although it kind of is in India and in China. Certain regions, it's a problem, but not planetary. Relbull, keeping birds as pets makes you crazy. The poop causes brain damage. Is that actually true? Better tell your parents. He says that bird poop causes brain damage if you smell bird poop all the time.
But the bird poop.
He's saying it's toxic, like the fumes from it. I assume.
I don't know. My parents still alive, but they're keeping birds like for 15 last years.
Oh, maybe they should stop. We should look into that.
I don't think they will.
Well, we'll look into it. Okay, Leonardo Delgado. Did you see the Vox video on how Republicans broke politics? No, I didn't. I'll watch that. That sounds good. I think I saw like a little bit of it, and then I do vaguely remember something like that. Okay, Rick's story. Look out, Reagan. My wife is a cat person. Be very careful. Steesley, thank you so much. I voted virtue signaling is out of control this year. I voted, quote unquote, I voted. Yeah, virtue signaling is out of control this year. I was actually going to, I may still do this. I don't know. I'm going to maybe download a bunch of pictures of celebrities with I voted stickers and then Photoshop them to say I farted and then post those on my Facebook, my Mr. Reagan Facebook. I thought that would be kind of a funny thing to do. Feather dandruff is toxic as well, they say. Relbull, the international media reaction is so disingenuous. They keep saying the election is a big success and that it's a stinging rebuke of Trump, even though they lost 5 Senate seats and barely took the House. Yeah. I do watch a lot of international politics. I often watch BBC News and Sky News and Deutsche Welle, which is a German station, and France 24. Viribus, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create bad times. Would you agree to this? I actually do. It's kind of a funny thing. I was actually thinking maybe it's better if things get worse for people because then they become stronger, but that's kind of a horrible thing to want, right? I do sometimes think about that weird paradox. Talon, I have to agree with Viribus. Let's see here. Your wife's son. Do you think House Democrats will be a punching bag for Trump? I think that he will be able to manipulate them, but I'm not exactly sure how or what's going to happen. It'll be interesting to see because it'll be really a teaching moment for all of us. David Campos, raised Southern Baptist, couldn't understand the failure to consider science and vice versa. Very smart, respectable people on both sides. I saw truth and lies in both, could not articulate or differentiate. Well, I tended to find where I grew up in Oregon, Christians tended not to have like problems with science generally, but I do tend to see a lot of the scientific community abjectly ridiculing Christians, which I think has led to Christians being very suspicious of science generally. I think that in like the 80s and 90s, when scientists started being particularly harsh against Christians, it was a big mistake for the scientific community. I actually really loved science growing up. I specifically did not go into the sciences because I found that the rhetoric against Christians was so vitriolic, and I wonder how many men who were very, and women who were very capable, potentially, in the scientific fields, avoided going into those fields because it was so toxic to Christians. I think that was a terrible thing for the scientific community to start to do, and I think it's just I don't think that there has been a resolution yet to that problem. Do you want to leave? You seem annoyed. Okay, you're good. All right, my wife's okay. Yolanda Krieger, I love the I farted sticker idea. Thank you, Yolanda. Joshua Cherry, hey, Mr. Reagan, loved your breakdown of the Jordan Peterson GQ interview. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I figured it out. Relable, I wonder how many times the Dems will vote to impeach. Only to have the Senate slap it down. Will be maddening to watch. Yeah, that's a good point. That might happen. Low jab. Wow, your girlfriend is beautiful. Eastern European. Yes, she's Russian, from the Russian place of Russia. This is my Soviet girlfriend, everybody. I got her out of the back of a magazine. You can say something. Nope. Okay. Let's see here. Rick Story. I believe the art of the deal will be completely redefined. Yeah, I think you might be right. With his dealings with leftists, I think is what Rick Story means. Patriot of the USA. Oh, crap. GF. Oops. We're all good, man. Leandro Delgado. Just so you have an idea of why Hispanic countries dislike Trump so much, it's because we only get American politics from the Spanish version of CNN. They're all about calling Trump a racist. Yeah, I've seen CNN. I was in Bulgaria for a while and I watched some CNN, and it was like, you've got to be kidding. It was awful. It was really weird. Actually, the CNN in Bulgaria was very pro USA, but it was so pro USA that it seemed like weird propaganda, and it seemed like there was something really wrong. Like I could see why people would think, America's like crazy from that. Let's see here. Super long way down. Just posted an emoji of a cigar for some reason. I don't really know. I don't understand that, but okay. Joshua Cherry. I'm okay. Yeah, Joshua Cherry, Southern Baptist, preaching to. I don't really know what that means. I don't see an issue with science today. It's mostly polarized by politics. I agree. Miko Ivanov, Miko Ivanov, white eyes like Kay Francis, Sylvia Sidney, Claudette Colbert, Nancy Reagan, beautiful. God bless you both. Oh, he said you were beautiful. Well, I think he's Eastern European as well. Leandro Delgado, it's all they do. Viribus, oh my gosh, it's going too quickly. I've seen this and partly experienced this adage holds quite a bit of truth. Jeremy Richardson, tax cut 2.0. Maybe. I don't know what's going to happen this year, next year. Relbull, she needs to remove her makeup and fix her nails. I think she did her duty, mate. Remove her makeup and fix her nails. She's actually wearing very, very little makeup. What's wrong with your nails? Her nails are good. Her nails are perfect. What are you talking about, man? She's really only wearing... Look at me.
Eyeliner?
Yeah.
Mascara.
She's wearing a little bit of eye makeup. That's all she's wearing. She's just perfect. I'm sorry. It's less makeup than you think. She is kind of weird to look at the first time in person because she looks not real. She looks too perfect. So it It like messes with your head. It's true. I told my friend Kurt, and he came to visit and he saw her, and his mom stayed in the car. His mom and his grandma. So we went out back to the car, and his mom and his grandma were like, so what does she look like? What does Chris's girlfriend look like? I don't know why they didn't come out and check for themselves. And Kurt goes, well, the only way I can describe her is that when Chris told me about her, he said that she didn't look real. She looked like a fake person. She looked like too perfect to be real. And that's correct. That was what his description to his parents were. He was just saying that I was right, basically. What's the takeaway? Speaking of Jordan Peterson, waiting patiently for your interview with Paul Vanderklay. Any ETA on that? Oh yeah, that's. I'm going to. I had an interview with Paul Vanderklay. I interviewed him. Good guy, really cool dude, and but politically left. But don't tell anybody. That's a secret. And that should be out next. I'll try to edit that next, but I don't know. It's tough because I got so many things to do. So it's tough. Gaetano C. As I said before, if you read old religious texts in the context of the literature it was written in, you would begin to understand ancient times. Science still holds up. Yeah, I agree with that. Last place prodigy. Do you think, given the lack of a blue wave, Democrats overall might move more toward the center and restore civility back to get back to the issues? No. They're just going to get more and more extreme until we have so many people on the right that it becomes overwhelming for them, and then they'll have to shift toward the center. Ini Amegbe. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. So, what can the Dems do with the control of the House? I am from the UK, and I don't understand how it would work. Really, all they can do is stall things, right? So, if we don't have enough votes in Congress to get certain things that we want passed through the House of Representatives, it will take a little bit of a push. I'm not exactly sure how all the legal stuff works, but I can say that they can do more things that will make it more difficult for us to get everything through. Dennis.
Привет.
Yeah, he's talking to you. You can respond to Dennis. I guess he's Russian. Denise. Okay. Denise, it is a guy, but it's pronounced Denise. Russian. You want to say anything to Denise?
I said привет.
Oh, that was her response. Okay. You're a привет in the Russian characters. Joshua Cherry. Hey, Mr. Reagan. What's your next video idea? You could talk about how that ugly mug got a sweetheart like her.
Oh, you need to make.
Everybody likes a love story. What do you mean?
He needs to make a lot of money to get the beautiful girl.
Well, I was poor when I met you.
But you're hot.
So her advice is be hot or have tons of money to get a girl. Chainmail. I've just woken up. Spain. Ah, damn. I was hoping for an utter humiliation of the Dems. The lefties here in Spain are going to be smug as hell. Her nails are perfect. I know, right? Yeah, it's disappointing. Rick Story. Just my opinion. Makeup or not, she's gorgeous. Marry her, damn it. Thanks, Rick. English Spot. If you could co-host with her, I promise to watch. I promise to watch every single video. That's amazing. Conservative Atheist. Hey, thanks, Conservative Atheist. How long does it generally take you to complete a video? It really depends on the video. Like now that I have my new computer, I got my new computer, and I can render in an hour what used to take 10 hours. So now, usually between watching the video that I'm breaking down, writing the script, editing the script, filming the actual thing, loading it onto my computer, editing it on my computer, getting other clips from the internet, it's like between 2 and 5 days, depending on how much work I have to do. That's why something like these man on the street interview type things are much better for me, because I could do that in like one day. So I might try to do a little bit more of those. Viribus, question on your videos. Do you have a regular schedule on release so we can make sure to watch fresh off the press? No, I can't. There's no way I can do that. I try to post things to my Patreon page before I post them to the general public, so that there's some kind of benefit to my patrons, but otherwise there's no real way of just hit the little alert thing, and then you'll know when my videos pop up. Aria Vera, always a pleasure to listen to you. Thank you, Aria. You have a lovely name, Aria. I think that's like, isn't that like like a kind of music, an aria? SJD, Mr. Reagan. I can't read that. You got to read that to me.
It's Russian, but it doesn't make sense.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's another. Maybe it's Ukrainian or something.
No, it's Russian.
SJD. So marry her. Well, what does it say?
I can't even
Okay.
translate.
Rick Story. I want to be your last groomsman.
It's just
Done.
Russian expression.
Ash Moss. Do you think the Senate represented the country's feelings on Trump? I think that there was just a few more Democrats that were ramped up to vote than, I mean, it was just a weird situation because we were just losing a lot of people this time. Like we had a lot of people, lot of open seats. So it was just a bad circumstance. I don't think it represents anything. I think, do you think the Senate, like we gaining more seats in the Senate? I think that's what you mean. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Probably, I think people are recognizing that the country's doing better. And so Trump's probably a good thing for the world, or at least for the United States. Miroslav Pavlinik. That's your people. You two seem like a nice couple. No, we hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Story. You know what guy? Okay. You know that guy who your family will all be asking, who the heck is? Do you understand this sentence?
No.
Me neither. Sorry, man. You're gonna be that guy. Rick, he's saying that when he's my groomsman, everybody's like, who the heck is that guy?
Oh yeah.
That's funny. Noel said posse. Great vid on JP with GQ. Thanks, man. Rick Story. Who the heck is that guy? Okay, yeah, I got it figured out. Emmanuel T. I'm Hispanic that really wants that wall built. Yeah, you know what? A lot of Hispanics and a lot of Black people are really conservative people. They just don't, it's. I think that we've got. Can we switch sides? Because this leg is dead.
I am going to.
You're gonna leave? All right, she's gonna leave us, ladies and gentlemen, and I think I'm probably gonna sign out soon because I gotta get up for work tomorrow. But
Me too.
me too, yeah. Hashtag me too. So I love all of you. You are amazing, amazing people. I do not see a recession on the horizon, Ash Moss. But you guys are the best subscribers in the history of YouTube. Just know that. And hopefully we can get this country, we can continue the progress, right, that we had under the first 2 years here. So, all right, guys, let's keep up the good fight. Have a good night. Say good night.
I said good night.
Good night.
But I didn't say. Done?
Done.